Hello station students. We are going to continue making our 5 parts, and we are now on our 1.5" half cylinder, which is half of a circle. We're going to start by going up and starting a new file. So go up to File, New, open up a new file. Nothing else should be in that. Here's our new file. And before we begin anything, I'm going to save this file. Go up to File, Save As to give it a title, and we are going to title it our 1-5" half cylinder. Make sure that you are in your correct folder. You should have some other files there for reference, and click Save. Again, you know that it's saved correctly if you see the title up at the top. To begin our half cylinder, first thing I'm going to do is delete our person there. That will throw off our perspective. And to make our half cylinder, we have to start with a circle. So find the circle tool in the toolbars to the left. And again, I always like to start on the center point of the 3 axes, the X, Y, and Z axis. So find our center point, it'll snap to the origin, click and release, and pull away. You'll see our circle starting the outline. And we're going to type in our measurement. Now, if you notice our measurement down here, it actually says radius. So I need to figure out the radius of my 1.5" cylinder. Radius is half of the dimension, so our half measurement is 0.75 inches, which is half of 1.5 inches. Hit enter. Again, you can't quite see your cylinder because it's so small, so go down and click on the zoom extents, and it will center all of your objects. We now see our 1.5" cylinder, and just for reference, I'm going to show you with our dimensions. If I dimension our cylinder, you'll see that it says it's got a diameter of 1.5" inches, just to check. Oops, I deleted it. Let me redo, and it'll put it back in place. Okay, so now to cut this cylinder in half, I think it's easier to do when we are in our 2-dimensional form. So we are going to go up and click on the top view of this circle. So I'm looking at it straight from above, and I have to bisect the circle or cut it in half from top to bottom. In order to do that, I'm going to grab my line tool, which is the pencil, and I'm going to find the top of my cylinder on the edge. Notice it says end point, so I know I'm on the edge of my circle. Click and release, and when you start to pull your line down, I'm just going to pull it off the center a little so you can see it's actually drawing, and we need to find the bottom of our circle. Again, right at the other end point, I'm following the line in the middle so I know I'm bisecting it equally. I click there, and I've made my line. Now, I'm still on my line tool. I'm going to click on my select tool just to get off. Now, it's difficult to see, but we'll notice we did it correctly once we do the next step. We have to delete this right side of our circle. So go up to your eraser tool, and we have to click this side. Now, if I just click in the center down here, it's not going to do anything. I have to find the right edge, or the edge of the half that I want to delete. When I click on that edge, it deletes half of my circle. Again, this is still only 2-dimensional. If I rotate a little, you'll see it's just half of a 2-dimensional circle. Now we have to extend this half circle up to our 1.5" height, just like all our other cubes. So I'm going to go over to my push-pull tool. I'm going to click on it once. I notice it starts pulling away, so I'm going to type in my measurement, 1.5 inches, which is the quotation, enter. And it has extended the 1.5 inches. It's outside of my view, so again, I'm going to recenter with the Zoom Extents tool. And now we have our half cylinder. It's that easy. Now we do have to color this specific colors for when we assemble them later. So the first thing I'm going to do is come over and find my paint bucket tool so I can start coloring my sides. And I'm going to go over to my default tray and I'm going to hit the thumbtack to pin it open to make sure it stays open. If it does not open automatically to the colors, you might have to click your drop down of materials and then in that drop down find colors. The first color we're going to do is on this flat side, our bisected side of our circle, that's going to be green. So scroll down to your green colors, pick any green, and color that one side of your half cylinder. Next, the top and bottom are going to be red. Now, like I've done before, I like to use my view tools to make sure that I am on the top part of any object so that we are all the same in the class once we start assembling these. Find our red color. Any red is fine. Click on the top, and I can rotate or use the bottom of my, oops, chose the wrong one, rotate a little more, the bottom of my half cylinder. Now I have the top and bottom red. The last thing I need to color is this curved surface, and that curved surface we're going to choose blue. Blue there, or you can choose any other darker blue, doesn't matter. Next, I believe that is all three sides of our half cylinder. So we want to make sure that we save again. Go up to File, Save. Now that it has saved, you're going to take a screenshot and put into your engineering notebook. Make sure that we can see all three sides, your ISO view, when you take your screenshot so we can see that it's correct. And that is it. Good luck. One more thing, students. We need to turn our object into a group so it's easier to use later. If you notice, when you click on one side of our box, it just selects that side. And up at the entity info, it says it is a face. If we double click that side, it now has the face and our 4 edges highlighted, and it tells us that we have 5 entities. If we triple click, it should select the entire object, and in this case it says it has 18 entities, all sides and all edges. Once you have everything selected, if we right click on our box, we can go to Make Group. That will make it all one object, and it will signify that into the entity info because it says it is a solid group in one model. If you click off of it and click back on it, you can double check. It still says it is one solid group. So please, at the end of making all of your 5 objects, turn each one into its own group so they're easier to use later. Make sure you resave, File, Save, and make sure you take a screenshot with the object selected so we can see it is highlighted with all blue edges signifying a group. Make sure you take a screenshot like that. Good luck.